Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Taylor?
Here.
Councilman Whalen? Councilman Ingstrom?
Here.
Councilman Ballard?
Here.
Councilman Zipridge?
Here.
Councilwoman Horgan? Here.
Mark, is Mike expected or I haven't heard from him?
No, Mayor, he said his annual insurance conference.
Okay, yeah, no, I
Been
didn't
there.
hear.
He's called in a couple years ago.
No problem. No, just normally he'd let, I thought maybe he was in the parking lot or something. Okay. Sunshine Statement?
Let the minutes reflect that in compliance with Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, Open Public Meetings Act, the notice of this meeting has been provided by notifying the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and the Star Ledger by placing a notice on the bulletin board and filing same with the Borough Clerk on January 1, 2018.
Thank you. There's a couple of very quick changes. First of all, in terms of the agenda items this evening, from workshop, for further discussion, we will remove the grease trap ordinance and the alarm ordinance. Our borough attorney has had an opportunity to provide proposals on that. Came very late. I think we should take a look at it for discussions with Mr. Cannon, so we will not be discussing that tonight. Secondly, with respect to resolutions 18-116, a resolution authorizing the reduction of the performance guarantees posted by Fortune Square, we should table that, as well as resolution 18-118, a resolution appointing special law enforcement officers class 1. So unless there's any discussion on that, there should be a motion to table 116 first. Motion? Second? All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution to table resolution 118. Motion?
Mayor, is there
Second? All in favor?
is there a reason for that?
What's that?
What's the rationale for that table?
Well, we're, as you know, since you're on the Finance Committee, we're undergoing extraordinary reviews of the budget. And at the request of the Finance Chairman, we've reviewed it. There's a number of different adjustments that have to be considered, and it probably makes sense for us to act on it at the next council meeting as part of a comprehensive plan.
Okay, thank you for the explanation.
But I anticipate we will be doing it. It's just that I think there has to be further review of the entire budget. Yeah, all in favor? Okay. Secondly, I'm going to be asking for suspension of the regular order of business for the purposes of having a very brief presentation by our affordable housing attorney in terms of some action we should be taking this evening. Leslie?
Yes.
Was there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a brief update. As you know, we have filed a declaratory judgment action, which is still currently pending before Judge Perry. It's an action that most municipalities in New Jersey have filed as a result of New Jersey Supreme Court action requiring municipalities to determine their affordable housing obligations going forward. We're at a point in the process where there is a need to have a housing element plan prepared on behalf of the borough to submit to the court as part of our proceeding. And I believe there is a proposal before you for CME, who has been working on the vacant land adjustment report, which is a component of the process. Once the plan is done, we will discuss and negotiate it with Fair Share Housing Center. Once we come to a settlement, and I'm assuming we will be able to settle, and settle means come up with a number for units that are agreeable to Fair Share and the borough, and a plan going forward. There will be a fairness hearing before Judge Perry, where we will be required to present our evidence, present the plan, and presumably the judge will sign off on the plan, and we will have an approved court-approved plan, which will cover a 10-year period, starting back from 2015 through 2025, and it will also provide the borough with what's called immunity. Going forward for those 10 years, you will be protected from any builder's remedy lawsuit. So I assume the judge will be in contact within the next couple of weeks to schedule a case management conference to see where the borough is. So I'd like to go back to the judge to tell her that we have a plan being worked on, moving forward to preparing that plan and furthering the discussions regarding settlement with the fair share housing section.
Right, so the first thing on the agenda this evening is, I think what we should be doing is passing a resolution from the floor, which will appoint CME Associates, our municipal engineering planner, to revise and complement the existing affordable housing ordinance and fair share numbers for the council's review and presentation. So it's essentially an amendment to the housing element of the master plan.
Right.
And Laura is aware of it, so she has previously given us a proposal for that, and it's consistent with what our obligation is. It's probably a smart thing to do based on the two most recent decisions that have come down with respect to that matter, and at least we're ready for the numbers so we can effectively advocate and negotiate with the plaintiffs in that matter for a comprehensive resolution. Any members of the council have any issues regarding that? Any problem with adding it to the resolution agenda? Okay, so we'll add it on. I don't think there's any need for you to stay, Leslie, unless the council has any other questions, and if not, you can go home with your family.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, anything else for workshop? If not, approval of the minutes, April 11th. Motion? Motion to resume. Second? All in favor? Okay. Approval of the minutes for April 11th. Motion? Second? All in favor? Any opposed? There are no appointments this evening. We report to Mayor and Council Committee members. Michael?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very briefly, the Finance Committee met last night. We continue to work on our budget. We're turning over every stone to try to come to the public with a budget that is not horrific. I'll just say that. So we continue to work hard, and we will have a budget introduction in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for all your hard work. I know how late we stayed last night. I appreciate Councilman Taylor's ability to permit me to sit in on it, so thanks, Michael. Ed?
Thanks, Mayor. Historic Preservation Commission met last Monday to review the impending historic ordinance update. It was referred to the Historic Preservation Attorney for final review before its introduction, and Historic Preservation also reviewed a variety of applications that was sent to them from the zoning officer. A reminder that the Red Bank Borough Education Foundation is holding a raffle on Friday. It's 50-50. If anybody's interested in buying tickets, they can do so at rbbef.org. I met with the DPU staff today to review with the engineer and director and all of the ongoing projects being supervised in the Streets and Roads Division, Parks, Buildings and Grounds, Water and Sewer, and we got an update on the meter project, which I know our CFO is happy to know that in the past month another 100 meters have been installed, and National has appointments going into next month that will reduce that number, so we're nearing completion on that, and residents are a little bit more cooperative now that we've been hanging notices. River Center held its International Wine, Beer, and Food Festival on Sunday in the White Street lot, and it was attended by a record-breaking crowd on a really beautiful spring day. So congratulations to Jim and Laura and Eileen and Margaret over at the Visitors Center in River Center. Thank you for your ongoing efforts, Jim, for keeping Red Bank visible and enjoyable. And also yesterday I attended the River Center Visual Improvement Committee inaugural meeting with Ingenuity, the consulting engineers who will be guiding the English Plaza and White Street streetscape improvement project. And I wanted to congratulate the Environmental Commission on its first Earth Day Expo. I'm sure Mark will report on it further, but Kate Trigiano and Pat Pinto and Kate Oakson coordinated a really amazing event. I was proud to cut the ribbon on our new electric vehicle charging stations that were put in by ChargePoint. I did that in the mayor's absence. It was a great day here at Borough Hall, and well done to all involved. Thank you.
Thank you. Kathy?
Thank you, Mayor. The Education and Technology Committee met on April 16th, and Matt, who is our IT director, is working hard on many issues. I'll just briefly go over some. These are things that are probably not interesting in a sense to the general public, but he's working hard to really upgrade so many things that need upgrading at Borough Hall, like new switches, which increases network visibility, and that allows IT to view where any network issues are appearing, so that then he can identify any kind of malware and that kind of antivirus, and it was not previously detected on antivirus software. He's upgrading our internet connections. I've got 4 pages here, but I'll be brief. He's meeting with vendors in order to get cameras for Marine Park and also internal needs for the borough. And I know that Councilman Yingstrom would like to have cameras for all of the parks, so we'll be working on that as well. Server room enhancements, which needed updating as well. PC replacements, printer contracts to replace old printers that are not as efficient as they should be. Service level agreements, SLAs as they're called, for the IT department in relation to work requests in the borough. This allows employees to understand the significance of the issues based on SLAs, and it will give them a time frame as to when they can expect their issue, whatever it is, to be dealt with. The senior center will bring them into our network. There's old equipment, IT equipment, and so it has no value. We're cleaning that up, or I should say Matt's cleaning that up. And by getting rid of it, we will have more room for more up-to-date equipment at Borough Hall. So I know I don't report on this a lot, but there are things going on that are important, and I think as we move into this new what shall I say, a new era of, with our new business administrator, we will see a lot of good things happening. So thank you, Matt, for your work, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Kathy. Eric?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to thank Alex McCourt, who's been interning for us an hour a week since November. He's helped arrange a ski trip, completed administrative work, helped with the special events, and a ton more for the Parks and Rec Department. He's an exceptional young man, and his internship was part of the Red Bank Charter School internship program. We'll be presenting him with an award next meeting. Our next Marine Park meeting will be Wednesday, May 2nd. We'll have, again, 2 public input sessions. The first at 4:30 to 6 p.m. and the second from 7 to 9 p.m. And these will be at the Senior Center this time. Also, there's a survey up on our website for the Marine Park survey to go back to Kimley Horn. So everybody please tell your friends and fill that survey out. Other upcoming events include the summer camp out, July 27th at Count Basie Fields, the toddler music class, May 12th, Memorial Day observance, May 28th, and the art show, which is June 2nd. And also summer camp will be starting up soon. With regard to the parking committee, the parking committee has been reviewing the proposals that we've gotten in on the parking study. We scheduled 2 interviews for tomorrow night, and I'm hopeful that by the next council meeting we'll have a consultant to be recommended to the council. And finally, with regard to the Shade Tree Committee, they had a great day with the Environmental Commission's Earth Day Expo. They gave out 100 pitch loblollies pines, 50 willow oaks, and 50 Coosa dogwoods to residents that on a first come, first served basis. So just thanks for all their work that they did.
And I know you know the difference between all those 3 species.
One's a pine, one's an oak.
Oh,
Mark,
Thanks, Mayor.
happy name day.
Oh, is it St. Mark's Day?
It is.
I know.
He wouldn't know.
News to me.
Now you know.
At least there's some class at this table.
I feel special. So, as has been previously alluded to, the Red Bank Earth Day Expo, the inaugural event, went off fantastically on Saturday. not on Earth Day, it was still a great day. We had tremendous weather. My forehead is still paying the price for all the sun I absorbed. Haven't seen the sun in this, feels like forever, so it was really nice to be outside in the elements and be able to participate. Thank you to all the borough employees who helped us set up and break down, all the volunteers from the green team, the creative team, and the EC. It was really a tremendous collaboration between those three committees, and we look forward to obviously doing this event in future years. Yeah, it was all around. It was awesome. Also, I want to announce I've announced it before, but the National Take Back Prescription Drug Day is this Saturday, April 28th. Chief, hours on that?
I believe it's 10 to 2.
10 to 2. You can bring your prescriptions here to dispatch. They'll have a container that they will be collecting any miscellaneous prescription drugs, anything you have in your house. If you don't know what it is, or you know what it is, it's expired, or frankly you just want it out of your house, it's a really good way to help control abuses in our community. So you can bring them here to police, no questions asked, and help contribute to National Take Back Day. Code Committee will meet Monday the 30th. In a previous meeting, I alluded to an effort that we're going to try to forge here, where we're going to try to assess how many vacants we actually have on our upper floors on Broad Street, Monmouth and White, just to get a handle on that. I know the parking study is kind of coming down the pipe here, so we need to figure out the whole picture for the downtown area specifically, and that will I invited Jim Scavone from River Center to help us represent the downtown, and we'll talk with our construction and building department folks and try to get a handle on that, and get some data that we can actually process.
Thank you, Mark. Eric?
Mr. Mayor, I just had one thing about the resolution 118 that we tabled for the special one officers. The chief, actually, since Michael's not here, the chief wanted to let us know that if we do table this, one of the specials will not be able to go to the academy, and then won't be able to be hired at all. So we won't be able to fully service the parks in the summer. So I don't know if the chief wants to say anything about this, but one of the applicants won't be able to be hired at all.
The issue, Mayor, is that they only run this academy class for special ones once a year, and it starts Monday for 2 weeks. So if you don't put them in this academy class, you don't get them in until next May. It's very hard to find trained class ones because they move on to be class 2s or patrolmen. So there is no pool of pre-trained people. The reason we only need one to go is last year, one of the kids from last year is returning, so he doesn't have to be trained. Another one who lives in Red Bank but was a class 1 in another town wanted to move to be a Red Bank special since he works here, so he is trained. But the third candidate, if she doesn't go to this academy class on Monday, which she has to be appointed before she can go, then she can't go at all. So we'll have 2 if we do proceed with the other hires later on, we'll have 2 for the year and not 3, and we can't provide 24-hour, we can't provide 7-day-a-week coverage with 2 because they're limited to 28 hours because of, benefit issues. So just as long as everybody's aware that we won't have 7-day-a-week coverage in all the parks if we don't go ahead. We don't have to make all 3 appointments tonight, but we would have to make the 1 appointment tonight just so she can attend the academy class, because she can't attend until you're officially appointed by the council. Up to you.
I would
What's the
suggest
council's pleasure?
I would suggest we make that appointment.
I'm sorry?
I would suggest we make that 1 appointment tonight.
How do we bifurcate it? Okay. All right, so, Michael, you have any problem with that?
No, I have no problem.
Okay. So we'll amend the resolution, so it's not tabled again, we will discuss it. And we'll amend the resolution that go from there. Okay?
Mayor, which one?
Reynolds. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we're going to need a motion to retract the tabling of 118, and then we'll deal with it when we get to it, okay? Motion, so moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor? It's back on the agenda. All right, now we go to communications petitions from West Front Street Partners to approve the standard fence banner for construction. Motion? Second? Second. All in favor? Okay. Any members of the public have any questions or comments regarding any ordinances or resolutions on the council agenda for this evening? If not, motion to close. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Any objections? We have no ordinances for first reading. We have an ordinance for a public hearing and final adoption. That's ordinance 2018-12, which is a handicap parking ordinance that revises the handicap parking ordinance to permit a handicap space pursuant to the statute, both on Tower Hill Avenue and Catherine Street. Any members of the public wish to be heard on this particular ordinance? I see none. Motion to close the public hearing. Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt? Second? Roll call?
Councilman Taylor?
Yes.
Councilman Yangstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Ballard?
Yes.
Councilman Ziprich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horgan?
Yes.
The ordinance is adopted. Resolutions 18-114, authorizing approval of sidewalk cafes. That would be for Robinson Ale House and Wall Street Pub. Motion? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 115, authorizing disposal of surplus property. Motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes. Resolution 116 is tabled. Resolution 117, accepting performance guarantees by Yellowwood Property for the brownstones at Red Bank project. Motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution 118 is a resolution appointing special law enforcement officer, and for the purpose of resolution, the resolution is being amended to approve the appointment of Seal Reynolds at the present time as a special one law enforcement officer. Motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 119, to extend the agreement with our consultants for professional management services with the Government Strategy Group. Motion? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 120, ratifying the appointment and salary for the position of business administrator, namely Ziad Andrew Shahadi, and the position shall be at the salary range for the first year of $152,000. Year two would be $158,000 and $164,000 and $170,000 for the fourth year. Motion? Second? All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution 121, authorizing certain stipends in the amount of 5% of their base salary for the additional work being done by the acting assistant business administrator, the acting fire marshal, and the acting construction code official. Motion? Second? All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution 18-122, amending the 2018 temporary appropriations. Motion? Second? All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution 123 is the added resolution. The resolution would call for the designation and also the authorization of the firm of CME Associates and their planners to prepare an amendment to the municipal fair housing plan and the master plan. Motion? Second? All in favor? Any opposed? Any other resolutions? We have a proclamation, Arbor Day, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton, sounds like a fun guy, proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday is called Arbor Day, it was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas 2018 is the 146th anniversary of the holiday, and Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-saving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife, and whereas trees are a renewable source of energy, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now therefore I prescribe Madam Mayor, we're back to here, back to claim April 27th as the and 46th anniversary celebration of Arbor Day in the borough of Red Bank, and I urge citizens to celebrate Arbor Day to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands, and I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations, and to have a toast to the memory of J. Sterling Morton. Motion. Second. Payment of vouchers would be Resolution 124. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council that the bills be paid on the attached check register totaling $3,414,087.20. Motion. Move to second. All in favor? Any opposed? Any old business? Any new business? Audience? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn to executive session respecting potential litigation?
Second.
It is not anticipated that we will be taking any formal action, so we will only be adjourning to executive session, discussing it, coming back out, and then adjourning formally. So it should not take long, but we're not taking formal action. Motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor? Thank you very much for coming.